You know, Joe Biden recently, and I'll provide a link in the description so you guys can look at it yourself. Joe Biden, excuse me, there, recently in a press conference or an interview, implored Americans not to travel this Christmas season. Now, one could respect and understand where Joe's coming from. Keep people safe, slow the spread, stuff like that. Kind of improvise, in a situation that where normally you'd be able to gather with family, now you got to work a way around doing it differently. Basically, take the virtual route, if you know what I mean. However, there's one thing that Joe seems to forget, and hopefully he's reminded of this. And that is, this is the land of the free, home of the brave. And those sayings are very important sayings to a lot of people. And these are sayings that people stand by, even to this day, that they stand up for, they believe in, and they will not let anybody take away from them or prevent them from saying. And basically, long story short, people that, read something like this or hear something like this, we'll be looking at it and being like, look, Joe, we understand and respect what you're trying to say and do and suggest, but we can make our own decisions for ourselves. And if we want to go and travel and see family for Christmas and everything and stay with family and all that till New Year's, till 2021, then that's our decision. You can't stop us. And Joe Biden, whether you like the guy or you don't, Joe understands that. Whether you like the guy or you don't, he does hopefully understand that. But here's the thing. You know, people, there are people that, kind of fear this is just the beginning with someone like Joe Biden. Like he's imploring us not to travel, but yet there are those that feel he doesn't have the right to do that because he's not in charge yet. He's not the president officially just yet. He's just president-elect, and that won't become official until maybe the 14th, depending on what happens elsewhere, otherwise, I should say. But the thing is, again, people can understand and respect where he's coming from, but what they're going to tell him in return is they can make, like I just mentioned, they can make their own decisions for themselves because because of one reason, because they are well aware of the risk. They know what they're getting themselves into. They understand what they're doing. They can see what they're doing. They know what precautions to take. So they're well aware of the risk. And that's one thing they'll probably remind him and anybody else that tries to, or is reported to probably try to, prevent them from traveling. That basically they know of the risk. They are well aware of the risk that they will be taking. And, if something happens to them, they're willing to accept that, maybe it wasn't the smartest decision to do what they did, to, go and travel. They're willing to take the responsibility. They're willing to take the consequences of anything that might happen to them, during the traveling. They're willing to accept that. And that's the message that I think anybody that hears about this, whether they hear about it before watching this video or they hear about it as I'm talking about it or other places, other people are talking about it, they're basically well aware of the risk. They know what they're going to be getting themselves into. So even though people can understand and respect where Joe is coming from with trying to implore people and not doing this, they also want to make it clear to him and any other government officials that they're well aware of that, but it's their decision. This is the land of the free, and they can make the decisions on their own. And they're willing to accept any consequences that come out of that decision making, that they, that they basically finalize on, that they make and follow through on, is what I'm trying to say. So even though, like I said, one could respect where Joe Biden's coming from, with this suggestion, and they can, with this implorement, if you will, they will respond they will respond in kind by saying, we respect what you're trying to say, we respect what you're trying to suggest we do, but it's our decision, and if we want to be with family this year, we're going to be with family. Well, the risk, we know what precautions we have to take, and if there's any consequences that come out of it, we'll accept them. So, yeah, Joe Biden basically is imploring Americans not to travel for the holiday season. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. A link will be provided in the description and a description box. And I will talk to y'all later.